All right, Britt, who you got? Who's selling?
I don't know. This
Yeah.
might be a little out there, but
So you said about your buy guy.
I'm gonna say if you were lucky enough to draft.
What's up, Fackers? We are back with our fantasy and chill little midweek update here after week 4, before week 5. We're going to talk about some buy, sell targets here. All right, so we're just going to get right into it. I'm going to let Matt start us off. Give us give us someone you are targeting to buy right now in fantasy football.
I'll say real quick that we're each going to do one buy, one sell.
We're each going to do one buy and one sell.
Try to make this quick. Well, if I get the first buy, then I guess I'll just go with my boy. Look, it's not going to be a guy that's probably going to win your league, but it's a guy that is an easily flex. Like, you can insert him into your flex and be happy with it. And he has the potential to be an RB2, getting a ton of usage right now. David Montgomery on the Bears. Tariq Cohen's out. Okay, if you watched the last game too, he was on the field. Here it is right here, 86% of the time. He got 6 targets, which is kind of taking over the Tariq Cohen role. I mean, for some reason they keep giving Cordell Patterson the ball. He's god awful. But the Bears' schedule coming up, I'll bring it up for y'all. It's looking pretty juicy. He's got the Buccaneers this week, and I'd wait one more week and then try to trade for him, because he's not going to do very good against the Bucs this week. I'll warn you right now. But then he's got Panthers, Rams. Rams are okay. Saints, decent run defense. But then you got Titans, Vikings, Packers, Lions, Texans, Vikings. All bad against the run. Jaguars, Packers again. Like, this is a guy you want in your lineup. Good? Y'all agree?
I don't know if I'd be looking to go out and get him, but I mean, if you got him as a flex, like you said, he's going to get all the usage basically with Cohen out. I mean, that team is just so bad, though.
They're bad, but like, someone has to get the ball, and he's got a juicy schedule. That's the only. Like I said, he's not going to be an RB1, but he might be an RB2, and people are looking to sell low on him right now.
Yeah, see, I don't mind the buy because what you have to give up to get him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could maybe give up. Let's see, someone who's kind of comparable to him.
I mean, you're probably looking to trade a receiver if you're trying to go for a running back like this.
That's what I have. DJ Moore. I'm not sure if I'd give him up, but that'd be very close.
Okay. Oh, so you're selling low on DJ Moore then?
I mean, I'm saying I wouldn't have done that, but who's another? Maybe Robbie Anderson. He's been having a pretty good year. I don't know if you could get David Montgomery for that, but
I mean, you can try. Nothing wrong with trying to make some trades.
No, not at all. Put some feelers out there. And I always find it best to text people and like kind of see where they're going and go back and forth. I never just send out offers because I feel like they don't look at them half the damn time. And do what?
I said psychopaths do that.
I mean, I do that sometimes. You gotta lube them up, right, before you.
Oh wow, demonetized.
A lube? You can use lube on cars. You can use it.
You said lube them up.
Yeah. I mean, all right.
All right, Britt, give me a buy target for you.
Okay. This is going to be a little risque, but I'm going to say David Johnson, okay? And I know this doesn't make sense. You're like, Britt, what the hell are you thinking? Like, Bill O'Brien just got fired. He's the idiot who traded away Hopkins for him. Like, I think, though, Romeo Crennel, I don't know. I'm hoping he's going to get back to this run game. David Johnson has shown this season he's been durable. He's touched the ball at least 15, 16 times every single game, and he's gotten at least 3 targets every single game. And he's had 30, 16, 23, and 29 receiving yards. Like, I just feel like this schedule coming up to Jacksonville, Tennessee, Green Bay, and then Jacksonville, Cleveland. I mean, he's got New England. That's kind of a tough, but his schedule is actually pretty juicy, and those AFC South games are usually pretty interesting for the running backs. But he's my buy, and I don't really know what you'd have to give up to get him, but I wouldn't mind it right now, especially with running backs falling like flies this past weekend.
At this point, I don't think you'd have to give up very much for him. That owner is probably
let's say
upset with him.
Let's give an example of who you would give up. Would you give up Robert Woods for David Johnson?
Depends on what the rest of my wide receivers look like, but probably not.
You don't think that's fair?
I mean, that's probably
It's
in the
probably
ballpark.
fair.
Yeah. Will Fuller?
Yeah, I would do that.
Will
Probably,
Fuller
yeah.
for David Johnson, you would do that?
Yeah, probably. But look what you're selling your second, or in our league, second round pick, probably a third round pick.
He didn't
for
go
like
that high in most leagues.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm saying like probably late third. But you're selling him for a 6th, 7th round pick that hasn't exactly been anything special.
thing is, like, it can only go up from here for him because you got rid of O'Brien.
No, that's the point. Yes.
Yeah. We talked about it last week too. Like, buy all Texans. We didn't realize they were going to shit the bed against Minnesota. I mean, now that O'Brien's gone, I'm a Texans fan now, so I can speak for him.
Yeah, we got to welcome Matt back. With Bill O'Brien being fired finally in Houston, Matt can be a Texans fan again.
I think I am too. I'm gonna just throw my name in there right now. You know, I can get out whenever I want, but
Yeah,
I just look.
Already
the
hedging.
Running backs are falling. I mean, Eckler went down this past weekend. Nick Chubb went down. I mean,
You're probably trying to buy a running back, is what you're saying.
yeah, and I mean, if you drafted Mark Ingram and he hadn't really been doing shit, I'm trying to find another guy who might have went a little bit higher. Or Cam Akers and like DeAndre Swift and those guys aren't really
The
doing
rookies,
a whole lot.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you could. David Johnson's gonna get touches, and that's all you really want right now.
Yep. Follow the touches.
All right, my buy low target. I had a couple names in mind just in case y'all said some names I was talking about was Kenyan Drake, but that's pretty risky. I don't really like his situation, but we're talking about getting a first rounder for really low. I think Josh Jacobs is a good buy low candidate. After his first game, he hasn't really done shit the last 2 or 3 games.
You're going for a high, like you're gonna be spending some money for him.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying those are my buy lows.
I agree with that, but I think
you're
you're
Mentioning a couple things, the guys I was thinking about. Also, you have to consider the guys that have been hurt. They're going to come back. That their owners are probably hurting, which is like your McCaffrey owner, Michael Thomas, people like that may have started out 1-3, 0-4 that need some juice put back in their team. But I don't want to make this. I mean, it's going to be a Texans segment, and I'm wearing the jersey. I called it last week. And now with the O'Brien firing, this just ramps it up even more. You're buying low on all Texans, especially this guy right here, the quarterback, Deshaun Watson. All right. He has not been himself so far in fantasy this year. So if you're looking at his games, like he's only scored 20 points. He's barely scored over 20 twice. He's been hovering around like that 18, 19 point range. This is a guy who's been a top 5 fantasy quarterback his whole career. He's currently QB 14. I look for him to come in. Whoever is calling plays now knows they have to get him moving around, involved, leading this offense. And I think he's going to be back out there putting up, I don't know if we're going to see, the 40-point games, but I look for him to get back over like that 25-point per game mark.
The only thing I would argue is whoever drafted Deshaun Watson obviously likes him because they took him probably pretty high. And then the 2 games he didn't have over 20 were Baltimore and Pittsburgh, which were pretty tough matchups. And I mean, if he scored 22 versus Minnesota, he had 300 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what someone like in our league, the guy I asked, I mean, I'm not going to go into any details, but he wanted Connor and Allen Robinson, and I'm like, "Are you high right now? That's way too much for a quarterback." But yeah,
doesn't understand value. If you talk to someone that actually understands value, then maybe.
Okay, well, Ryan, give an example of who you would give up right now on your team if you had, like, say, Matt Ryan or like a Drew Brees at your quarterback. Who would you give up for Deshaun Watson?
I'd try to package a couple guys.
Package a couple guys. Okay.
I think when you're going for a quarterback, you want to package the quarterback that you own plus someone else for that quarterback.
So, like, if you said Matt Ryan, so like you, Britt, if you wanted to trade for Watson, if I'm looking at your team, I would say Matt Ryan and like DJ Moore.
I don't think that would get Watson. I think I would have to give up someone like Diggs or Robinson. Like, I don't think DJ Moore is going to cut it.
Matt Ryan's been a good quarterback, though. Yeah.
I mean, not really. Well, he had 2 really good games, but the last 2, Julio's been hurt, and they've kind of struggled. I mean, Ridley had 0 points this last game. Pretty crazy. But
it's hard to look at my team and say, though, because I have Mahomes, so, like, I'm not in that situation at all. So, hard to think of a trade there. But, yeah, buy Texans. Buy low on the Texans. Will Fuller had a good game on Sunday. He'll probably keep it up with Deshaun, and I just look for them to they're going to be a much happier team. Like, they're going to maybe actually look like they want to play football now. Everybody on the Texans has been waiting for this moment. for years.
Everyone in Houston.
It finally happened. Look for the team to especially have some extra juice these next couple weeks. I don't know if it's going to result in any wins or anything, but look for them to at least have some energy out there. Playing the Jaguars, they got a good matchup this week, so yeah.
I mean, if they can't beat the Jaguars, then I don't know what to do. Sell all Texans, I guess. I don't know.
All right, let's talk about a few sell candidates here. So mainly when we're talking about sell, you want to sell high. That's the way most people
usually,
think about it. Yeah, because otherwise if you're selling low, it's not a very smart thing to do. I'll go ahead and get off started with our sell high candidates. I'll only say one because I don't want to ruin maybe y'all's, but I'm going to go with the receiver for the Cleveland Browns, who has not done much of anything in 2 years with Cleveland, finally had a big, about 40-point game. The reason why I'm selling high, though, is because it's the first time we've seen this from him basically in about 2 full seasons. If you look at his stats from the game, he only had 5 catches for 81 yards. 2 of them were touchdowns. One was on a trick play on a wide receiver pass from Jarvis Landry. And then another long touchdown was a 50-yard end-around run. We're talking about 2 trick plays here that were over 40, 50 yards that resulted in big touchdowns. If you just look at his body of work from the game, like, he didn't do that much. He had 3 touchdowns on trick plays. Cleveland obviously is going to put up points. Now, with Nick Chubb out, are they going to throw more? I don't know because they really like Kareem Hunt and this new guy, Johnson.
Darius Johnson.
But I do not see OBJ continuing this. So now that he finally had that 40-point game, I would be looking to see if I can maybe snag a running back for him. Maybe not, the top 5 guys, but maybe someone pushing toward that running back one, like echelon.
You go high. You go high and then work your way down. You go for I don't know. Would you do Kenyan Drake? That's not high, but would you do Kenyan Drake straight up for Odell?
I was thinking more of Josh Jacobs.
Oh,
that's what I want.
I'd prefer Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, I'd prefer Josh Jacobs also. I don't think you're going to get, as a Josh Jacobs owner, there's no way in hell I'm trading him for Odell just because running backs are at such a premium.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Miles Sanders?
I don't think you're getting that either, honestly.
That's Josh Jacobs. That's the same kind of. That's why I said Kenyan Drake because
I think Drake, Melvin Gordon or
Melvin Gordon.
Well, you'd be buying high on Melvin Gordon. He just went off.
Now Philip Lindsay's coming back.
I mean, true, but I just feel like their only offense. I don't know. I feel like he's the only guy on their offense right now besides Judy and Fant.
Yeah, that's what's tough about trading these. What
about Gurley?
Gurley, I don't know if I want to buy Gurley right now either. As a Gurley,
no. I'm saying Gurley for Odell.
I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want Gurley. That's the thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I own him. I don't know. That's what's. I mean, at least you have the name value with Odell. If people don't pay attention that much and they just see the stats, Odell went off against possibly the worst defense in the league.
The worst
defense in the league. Yeah. You might be able to flip him just because they remember the old day. They're still remembering back in the Giants days when he makes that catch, So you might be able to get someone good for him. I would just go to a guy that's struggling. Go to the 0-4 guy. Pick on the weak, like some people do. And
I like it.
And see who you can get. All right, Brig. Actually, I'll go. I'll go.
All right, go ahead. Buddy.
If that wasn't your guy, I want to get mine in because Ryan just stole mine anyways. I was going to go Odell too. I'll go another receiver, my backup receiver. And I don't know if you'll get much for him, but I still think you can test it out. I mean, there was a trade recently in our league with him, CeeDee Lamb on the Cowboys.
Are you? Yeah, that was a good one.
It's just he's been good, but if you watch the games, it's just he's not really doing much to score these points. Last game, he had a wide open touchdown. I think it was a touchdown. It was just a busted coverage because you have Gallup there stretching the field. Amari Cooper's drawing all the attention to him, and what's left? CeeDee Lamb there. He's getting the targets because someone has to right now. And I think with their upcoming schedule, they're not going to be throwing the ball as much. Now their defense is still trash, but I think they have check their schedule. I think
they have Giants, Cardinals, Washington football team, Eagles.
Yeah, they should be beating these teams pretty handily where they're not going to have to throw the ball 50 times. We say that. I would have said that about the Browns too, but the thing is, you're gonna own him. You're gonna start him some games, and he's gonna disappoint you some games. So sell him high right now while you can.
He's had at least 5 catches every game.
They've also been throwing the ball a ton every game.
Like I said, they're going to continue throwing the ball a ton.
I would just see what you can get for him at least. You might if you don't get anything for him, then hold him. But test out the waters.
All right, Britt, who you got? Who's selling?
I don't know. This might be a little out there, but I'm gonna say if you were lucky enough to draft Kareem Hunt in I don't know where he was going, 6th, 7th round maybe. I think he went pretty early in our league.
4th round, but
5th through the 7th or 8th maybe. But I'm saying you can get the house, the boat, the truck, and everything for Kareem Hunt right now because especially with the Nick Chubb owner. So, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like you can get a top wide receiver right now for Kareem Hunt or go ahead.
I was just going to say the thing is Chubb's going to be out.
He is, but I'm saying
Kareem Hunt, we just said it, is maybe a top 5 running back for the next however long Chubb is out. You're going to need him.
No. My whole point is if you drafted him a little bit later, then maybe you
avoided all the other injuries.
Exactly, and I think you can go after someone. I mean, okay, would you do Julio Jones for Kareem Hunt?
Right now, no.
No, you don't want Kareem Hunt?
I'd rather have Hunt. Julio's hurt.
I mean, maybe Tyreek or Hopkins. I feel like you can go snag one of those guys right now for him and even maybe package someone else in there. And then that was my kind of out of the left field one. But then my next one was Kittle. I was going to say sell on Kittle, but I know I cheated. I kind of chose to.
For Kittle, I don't see him really stop. Obviously, he's not going to score 40 points every week, but he's such a stud.
No, that's my point. People, the only 3 people right now, I guess, or no, the only 2 other people right now who are very comfortable with their tight end are people who have Mark Andrews and Kelsey. And so I know someone in your league is struggling, and if you do have Kittle, I guess you've held on to him this long, but
you drafted Kittle
to be this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, super early.
If I had to pick between those 2, I'd agree with you more on the Kareem Hunt one, just because if you are in a good position and you think you're going to make the playoffs, then why not sell him now? And then Chubb comes back and you have that starter. If you somehow do get DeAndre Hopkins, you have him for the playoffs at least. Kareem Hunt was
that's true.
You could have started Kareem Hunt this whole time if you wanted to, but
yeah. No, y'all talked me out of it with Kittle because his ADP was 22, and y'all are right. If y'all drafted him up there, okay, never mind. That was the back.
Yeah, and when I think of sell high guys, obviously you're looking at guys that just went off, but you're looking for guys that you don't see sustaining that production. And I said, Kittle's not going to get. Well, yeah, but Kittle's not going to get 40 points every week, but I think he'll be the top scoring tight end the rest of the way. So I don't see how selling him. Unless you're the guy in our league that has 8 tight ends and you can afford to trade a couple
maybe
of them.
Maybe that's who I'm thinking of then.
Yeah.
I will say, with selling high, though, it's difficult because everyone knows, if you're trying to sell Robbie Anderson right now, everyone knows, that's not who Robbie Anderson is. So they're not going to be trading you fucking James Conner for him. You have to have a guy that's shown it in the past, but then kind of slowed down, and then now he's coming back up again, but you still don't believe in him. Like an Odell Beckham, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, but I didn't want to choose a quarterback. I feel like those are 2 kind of easy to pick.
My other one that I was going to say was Joe Mixon.
Yeah,
I like Joe Mixon. I can't give up on Kenyan Drake and Joe Mixon in the same season.
I know, I'm the same way. Now, do I want to buy on Kenyan Drake? Absolutely not.
Yeah,
but
he worries me now.
I do still like his. See, dude, he's pulling the fucking CJ Anderson on people. I drafted CJ Anderson 4 or 5 years ago, 8th overall pick, because he had a great last 5 or 6 games of the season, and then just shit the bed the rest of the season. Hopefully Drake bounces back though. He's getting the touches, but
yeah. Kingsbury did come out and say they need to get him in open space more. The reason, the problem with Kenyan Drake is once Hopkins came in, Kyler's not throwing him the ball anymore. It's just they're just peppering Hopkins with targets now, and Kenyan Drake's not getting those PPR points.
Chase Edmonds got some wiggle too.
That's another reason why I'm not happy with Kenyan right now.
All right,
No.
so there you go. A couple of buy low, sell high targets for you as we go into week 5, getting down to the nitty gritty where you need to start making some moves, start trying to position yourself for your playoff run. Almost halfway through the regular season already. It's pretty crazy. If you play 12 weeks, we're almost to week 6. I mean,
yeah, and now is the time where people are going to be trying to make trades too. So.
And with all the injuries, with all the COVID unknowns, like it's already been a frantic season. It's just going to get more and more crazy. So just put yourself in the best position. Always look to improve your roster. Never have anybody that's untradeable. There's always got to be something that you would do with every player, unless you like
pick on the weak. Pick on the weak, man.
Sure, if they're willing to trade. So with that being said, good luck this week in your matchups. We out.
Yeah.
Later.